evolution of sound.
Beep beep, what's up ninjas? Today's topic of discussion's gonna be kick and bass 101 mixing. I hope you like my singing. Now I'm gonna have a catchy title for this. It's probably gonna be something that will get any girl wet, even if she's really dry. If you want to sample this, you can in a song. Alright guys, so today I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to get this kick and bass correlation going so you don't blow up your homie subwoofer. Now, the first step is gonna be that if you're in a badly acoustic environment, what that means is that you don't have your room treated. It's a square room. If you studied anything that has to do with physics, you know that sound waves tend to travel, they tend to bounce off walls. So with low frequencies, they tend to kind of get stuck in the walls in the corner. So if you're producing from a corner, then you're fucked because the bass is gonna sound amazing there, and then you're gonna go to your car and there's gonna be no bass. Now, obviously, if you're in that environment, then hopefully you can get it treated at some point and get like a pretty good layout going. Now, these are going to be rules that I have, and as long as you do these rules, you should always get a really good kick and sub bass correlation going on, all right? So, follow these rules and let's get into it. The first thing is that dance music utilizes a small kick, okay? We're not using the Vengeance cracked kicks anymore that you guys probably got, that I got them too. I'm not gonna admit. And you're making fucking music with those fucking kicks. They're gonna destroy your track. So it's like getting a big ass kick and sticking it somewhere that's small like that, but pretty much small kick. So right now a dance music kick shouldn't pass this point here. Literally anything past this is already like a big room kick, or it's too much unless you're making techno still utilizes those big kicks, so it's totally up to you. But in dance music, modern EDM and stuff, we're utilizing small kicks, future bounce, all that stuff. Now from here, what we're gonna do is literally just put a sub, and then we're gonna get started with this tutorial. Now the sub, usually the best place to put a sub is going to be in G. That's why you find a lot of dance music is in the key of G. All right, so we got some sidechain going on. Now, the first thing is going to be to sidechain properly, guys, and that's going to be very simple. Pretty much the sidechain should just lower the volume of the kick as long as the volume of the sub as long as the kick is present. What this means is that if you look at the kick, it has some curves. We got the titties and then we got the ass. So pretty much by the time we get here, as you can see, the kick is already disappearing. So pretty much what does this mean? This means that the volume of the sub, literally right here, it should go something like this. It goes down in volume, and as the kick is leaving, it's coming back up, and then you could do it in a certain way where it's kind of like so. Now, obviously, you don't want to automate this because then it's a fucking bitch. So pretty much what you want to do is just have the sub, have a sidechain, have a bitch do that for you. I call it the bitch. It's called the compressor. Sorry if you don't like my vulgarity, but that's how I think people remember it. Now, once we have a sidechain, you guys know how the volume should go, so now we're just going to do a sidechain. And if you can hear that, the kick and bass are not fighting at all. So have a good sub, do a sidechain like so. Now the next is going to be the leveling, the volume of the sub. Now this is really going to depend on you. It depends on how subby you want your sub, but a lot of the times I find myself that the sub is literally up there in volume with the kick like so. Okay, so with that being said, usually the level should be there. Now, the next thing you want to do is going to be an EQ. That's going to look something like this. I have a notch here from the kick because if you notice, the kick peaks at this frequency, which is in the key of F sharp, and pretty much that's going to be 45.5. You can just go on the spectrum literally and just find the notch of your kick. See 48.5 around there. So pretty much that's where the notch is on the sub, just to let the kick come through a little bit more. So the purpose of this sidechain, guys, is not to get the cool effect like the wham effect. It's to let the kick pass through. Think of a guy letting a girl go into the market so you can get some of that ass. So pretty much now, guys, the next thing is to make sure that your sub and your kick are in mono. That's very important, and it should be one of the first things that you do. And if you're utilizing a good preset and a good sample, then they should both be set in mono by the companies that you use them, Evolution of Sound. So pretty much that's going to be it for that. Now, the last thing I really do need to talk about is going to be the idea of the sub. Now, if you notice, when you move keys in the sub, let's say you're in G and you go down to F and then you go to D, you're going to notice that the volume of the sub is not consistent. It's literally going to move all over the place in the sense that it's not going to be at a certain volume. So if we were to go down the scale like so and look at the volume of the sub right now, You can see it goes down in volume the more down we go. So that's going to cause a problem for you in the mix, because let's say you're going up the scale, then the volume of the sub's going to increase and it might fuck up stuff. So how do you prevent this? Easily. We use a compressor. Remember, guys, using a compressor, you can know what a compressor does, but using it and knowing where to apply it, that's the hard stuff. And pretty much this is going to be one of the perfect scenarios where we can utilize a compressor. So let's say that the sub is going too high in volume. Well, all we have to do is just compress it. And let's just do the opposite of what we just did. Let's go up. You can see the volume is moving if we take off this. You know, it's not that consistent. So what we do is just apply a compressor. Literally, we can do it before the sidechain. Let's put the sidechain at the end. Take off the makeup gain, by the way. And it's not moving around that much. The only thing moving is going to be the sidechain, and that's going to help, guys, a lot in controlling that sub. The last thing you're going to add is going to be a limiter, just in case, you know, your sub is really peaking, then you can control that with a limiter. Sometimes you're going to hear these clicks. Use a limiter to prevent them. Now, the last thing that we can actually do, guys, is going to be to make sure that your kick is in key with your track. Now, gladly, you know, I own a sound design label and I do sample packs, so I always like to label stuff that needs to be labeled with the key of it. But if you guys don't know how to do that, then what you can do is use Spectrum, or you can read an article that I'm going to leave below in the link on how to pretty much kind of you know, organize your samples based on key, and it's going to be really fast using a program, a free program called Key Finder. Go check out the article that my friend Eric wrote, and pretty much I think it should help in getting everything in key. Literally, the kick is in G, the sub isn't going to be in the kick of G, as you can see, so it works really well. And by the end of all this, guys, if you have done everything properly, chosen the right kick, chosen the right sub, right volume, you should have something that sounds like... You can see I can even put the sub loud and the kick is not fighting with it, and the kick just, you can still hear it clearly, and that's the best way to do it. Anyways, guys, I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments below, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry for my vulgarity. I did go out drinking last night, so that's some of that mojo still in me. But hopefully we get back to normal. You're going to be seeing a video by Ralph Call. It's either out now or it's going to be out later. It's going to be an hour long. How to make a reveal style track, mixing and mastering, which a lot of you guys have been asking for. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Take care, ninjas, and have an amazing day, baby. Yeah. Ole.